What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's another great day for quantum computer stocks, and I'm excited to share with you today. I wanted to make a special video. I'm calling it my Quantum 8, my top picks for the best quantum stocks to own right now in 2025. These companies are leading the way, leading the charge in this quantum revolution. And whether you're here for investing insights, just have a passion for tech, or are you curious about what quantum means for the future, we're going to look at all of those things. I want to definitely get right into my 8 picks to get your portfolio ready for the quantum revolution. The US is freaking cool, man. I'm going to tell you why, because we already have such great tech companies. We're talking about Tesla, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, all these crazy tech companies that make so much money for the economy and innovate and push and just make a meaningful difference in our daily life. We have those magnificent 7 and they're still doing amazing. And there's going to be some overlap here because some of these companies are seeing the shift to quantum and they are aligning themselves to benefit from it. So my Quantum 8 isn't a competitor to Mag 7, but they're partners. And as we see the progress in AI and cloud computing, companies like Microsoft and Google, they're driving quantum innovations. Anything they do lifts the whole sector up. And let's just jump right into it. So number 1, Google. Okay, so in December, we have Google Willow. We have a company here that just has so many channels of income, has a good financials, and they are innovators for their size. They're still making great products, and they have virtually unlimited funds for R&D and future investment in their own quantum pursuits. And in my estimation, their release of Quantum Willow was one of the big momentum drivers for the whole quantum revolution. All right, number 2, Microsoft. I have been so impressed with how Microsoft has positioned themselves as a change agent. When you or I or a business owner or anyone else that is interested in potentially leveraging quantum computers, how do you do it, right? Well, it's a little intimidating to go and just use one. Microsoft has now positioned themselves with their Quantum Ready program to take you through each step of the process, to train you, to learn what your needs are, and to help you gain the quantum advantage in 2025. Next one on the list, IBM. So what's really special to me about IBM is my dad, one of his first jobs out of college was IBM. And wow, they have come a long way. They are leaders in this space, and there's some great information out there. Bloomberg, about 3 months ago, did a great documentary on where quantum computers are, and they went into IBM headquarters, and it was super impressive. So keep IBM on your radar. My next one, Rigetti Spaghetti. Rigetti, affectionately known as Regretti. Regretti or Rigetti, whatever you want to call it, has been a wild ride. And we know that there was some panic selling and misinformation and just kind of a misunderstanding of quantum and sort of the future of that we're running towards. I really, really loved the fireside chat this week on Monday. I watched the whole thing. The analysis is on my channel. And you have Dr. Kulkarni basically saying, hey, we're building a full stack quantum company. That means QPUs. That means they're doing cloud. That means they're doing apps. software, et cetera, et cetera. They're positioning themselves to benefit not only from a hardware standpoint, but a software standpoint. And they're modular. He talked about how he doesn't need to sell an entire unit to someone. He'll just sell a QPU. So as demand increases, as inflows of cash pour into the sector, as people wake up to what's going on, Rigetti has positioned itself perfectly to take advantage and go with that inflow. Next on my list is IonQ. This company, of all the companies during this recent quantum crash, showed the most strength on the chart. That is about as strong of an indicator as you can get, is what people who hold the company feel about it. And of all the panic selling that was happening in the sector, IonQ did very well, and it's had a nice little recovery, and it's almost back to its all-time high. Next, let's talk about Defiance Quantum ETF. So this is a great buy and hold. Imagine you could have bought the SPY, which is near 600, at $80. Getting into an ETF that covers a whole sector early on is a great way to capture growth in your portfolio and not have too much individual exposure risk. So that's technically not a company. It's really the whole sector, and there could be an argument that not all of their holdings are specifically quantum, but there's a good amount of quantum exposure. So I think it looks like a great buy. ARQQ, Arctic Quantum, had a 37% jump today. And this one actually wasn't really on my radar. The price action had been pretty bearish over the last 5 days. And then suddenly we had this really big jump today. And you know what it comes down to? This company is building what? Cybersecurity services via quantum cloud. And the company is essentially creating unbreakable software encryption keys. And that may not sound like a big deal. You're like, oh, who cares? It's going to be a really big deal for banking, financial institutions, social media sites, any company in the world that owns personal information. You have to protect that. So cybersecurity, quantum proofing your company is going to be important. So let's see if I can do some math. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for my last of the Quantum 8, I'm going to go with qubits. Now, this all comes down to one thing. All the companies that got affected by this recent sell-off, my man Alan, the CEO, was on CNBC and saying Jensen is dead wrong about quantum. And he talked about commercial clients today, like MasterCard, NTT Docomo, and he talked about how he is feeling good about the financials that he's going to share at the next quarterly for his company. So if you're seeing a stock like this that is in that kind of penny stock range where it's just a little uneasy, well, if you're going to see improving financials and if they have big clients already like MasterCard and you see all the momentum in the quantum space, you can also look at it as a potential opportunity. Now, all this being said, that's my Quantum 8. I do want to just take a quick pause, okay? We know that quantum has been a volatile hold. We have Tom Lee on CNBC saying, hey, you don't have to sit quantum out, but they may not be fun to hold in your portfolio all the time because you're going to see fluctuations. It's a volatile nature, but in the past couple days, there's really been a shift in investor sentiment, and actually price action has been a little bit more stable and healthy. So there are some promising signs, and this is a great time. The market has been pretty compressed with a lot of bearish days over the last few weeks. So even these large cap companies are not at their all-time high. They're still expensive. We're still looking, at some of these stocks are $200 a share, and some are not. But the beautiful thing about this Quantum 8 is you can gain exposure to US tech and also the quantum revolution. So I hope you all enjoyed that and have a wonderful day. All right, that is a wrap for this video. If you've made it this far, you are probably just as interested in quantum computing as I am. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you all next time.